Jacksonville Jaguars. Where am I looking over here? Okay, we are hanging out. We are at the hottest camp in the NFL with the most questions and the most mystery. Nothing hotter than that. I'm here with Jackson. Excellent kisser. This is so awkward. We have. Are you married? Oh boy. Oh no. We have so much to talk about. Liam Coen, the coach, is on the show. Ooh. Can we hear it for Travis Hunter? Is he going to run this way? Is he going to catch this way? Is he going to catch for the... We don't know what's happening, but I'm going to get into it with Coach Coen because they got a preseason game against the Steelers. They're playing. No Trevor Lawrence today. We're going to talk about the offense, though, with Liam. It's good. We want him busy. We want him focused, laser focused with Trevor Lawrence. Who else? Oh, Travon Walker, #1 overall pick, delivering on everything he was asked to do by this organization. Cannot wait to talk about those. Do we think 9 sacks, 10 sacks, double digit for the third year in a row? Okay, I think like 14, 15. Okay, I like him to score another touchdown. He did it last year. Can he do it again? Most awkward open ever. Joined now by one of the most highly anticipated rookies in all of the NFL, not Travis Hunter, head coach Liam Coen. You are a rookie.
I am.
How's it going? Have you had your welcome to the NFL moment yet?
Oh, man. Well, obviously your introductory press conference, when it goes as well as it did, you're excited about it, you know? But no, thank you for having me, Kay.
Thank you for being here. It's always nice to be I know what you were really doing. You wanted to be the story to distract from all the other storylines, as every good, high-qualified coach does.
Well, you look at the success of Nick Sirianni and Dan Campbell of biting kneecaps, and those guys having success. You want to follow suit.
You just mentioned when we met. We met in Tampa at a Starbucks. Coach Kevin O'Connell was there before either of you were head coaches. Who are you most excited to call after that Duval? Or who?
I was probably... Sean always helps, but kind of ease the mind. Sean McVay does.
Sean eases the mind?
He does. He has great, actually, insight for as mental as he can be in a great way. He has, he's always had such great insight for me as a coach, but really going to the owners' meetings and talking to Nick Sirianni and those guys actually gave me a ton of great advice. Like, dude, just your team will actually rally around you, because these guys get criticized and scrutinized in the media all the time. So when their coach does, they actually help rally and get around you a little bit more.
You did that on purpose.
That's, I think, looking back at it.
I know you did. Okay, so you're here at Jacksonville. Take me from that moment with that Duval, with that intra-press conference, to now. What is one thing that you've learned about Jacksonville, this fan base, this organization?
Yeah, I mean, football is important. That's the reality. If you go back and really look at the history and the tradition of, you look at 95, 96, the early years, I mean, the place was packed when they were rolling. And you look at the 22 playoff game and how packed it was, and the support from the fan base in the city. I mean, they want that, right? And it's our job ultimately to put out a product that people can be proud of, and that's of being physical, tough, and fundamentally smart. So those are the things that you ultimately feel from the people around here, and ultimately it's our job to go and do something about it.
Trevor Lawrence, every player I've talked to loves him. They love talking to him. I just saw Travis Hunter working with him even after practice. How would you describe his leadership style?
Trevor is his own person. He's very much cerebral in terms of the way he communicates with everybody, right? He doesn't change his stripes just based on who he's interacting with. And because he is just innately such a good guy and a good person, he has the ability to pull people aside in his own way and just be honest with them. And that kind of hits home, I think, for a lot of players, where maybe he's not rah-rah, jumping up and down and getting guys maybe fired up. He can pull them aside and just maybe have a quick conversation that hits home. And he has a great way, and he's led in terms of the operation, the cans, the alignment, the assignment, the motions. So that right there is him leading without saying a word, just by going and doing his job at a high level. That's been pretty cool to see.
That's what your rookie Travis Hunter said about you, that you are direct and honest. Yeah. I believe. So that maybe is a quality that you share with your quarterback, which I love. Speaking of distractions, as we're playing Risk here, checkers or chestnut checkers, the Travis Hunter show, not here, but from the outside world, is a distraction. What is the main thing that it's distracting from? What is going on this offense or defense that you are not trying to let the world know about?
No, for him, he's done this for a long time, right? The back and forth, both sides of the ball. But for an NFL organization, it's different, right? So from a logistics standpoint of his schedule, it is just slightly different than everybody else. There's every moment of his day here is packed, right? Like, so when maybe other guys are in a special teams meeting, well, he's got an offense or defensive meeting. When there's maybe a little break in time during the day, he has another meeting. So it's not that it stresses your resources thin, because we had to prepare for this. Everybody in the organization was prepared for this, but ultimately everybody has to be on board. And you have to use your resources, and our coaches have done a nice job so far.
You're an or guy. I'm seeing this depth chart for this first preseason game with the Steelers. Or,
Yes.
like I've never seen before. How much thought, and like who's in the room? How do you land on the ors? Like, because everyone's obsessed with they're going to drop the depth chart and snap counts and all of that. How much thought do you put into this? Because truly, you're setting a precedent. We might not ever see this again, but this is the first time we've ever dealt with something like Travis.
Yeah, like when James kind of brought the idea up about a month bore the draft, you start to have these thoughts, right? You're like, well, okay, that came out of nowhere a little bit in a great way. We were all pumped, but your wheels start to turn, and I got with my assistant head coach Jay Kaiser, Shane Waldron, Grant Udinsky, Campanelli. You start to brainstorm, like, what could this actually look like in terms of deployment and what's realistic, but we still don't know. We don't know what actually is realistic. We don't know how many snaps he can truly go play in a game on both sides of the ball. So we'll see a little bit more Saturday night.
Can you give me like a little something on Saturday night?
There'll be a little bit.
What will we see out of him?
I think, we're going to play everybody. That's this, like, kind of talking about the standards of, man, we got new systems on both sides of the ball. We only have the one joint practice against Miami this year, so we need as many reps as we can get, especially against a high-quality opponent like Pittsburgh that plays a physical brand of football that we're also ultimately trying to emulate and get to. So we're going to play everybody. How much, we still are yet to have that exact number, but I got to believe, hey, first groups are going to play at least a quarter of football.
He's a starting wide receiver, backup corner. Are you going to play more at corner in this game to brush him up there, get it better against a physical team, or are you going to play more on offense?
So he very naturally, when he got here, his most natural, if you would just say position, is probably corner. Like, without a lot of coaching in the National Football League, what can he go do? Maybe
Fair.
The easiest was corner. So hence why we deployed him so much more on offense throughout the spring and summer, was to develop the offensive skill set that maybe just wasn't quite there yet, because corner was so natural. He's done some great things out here. So I think it'll probably be balanced, but maybe, as you mentioned, a little bit more defensive strong. So
you're thinking about, like, a month before the draft, you're like, this is how we're going to use him. Was there a plan all along that you're now just sort of letting us into, or has it changed and evolved based off what you've seen?
Yeah, it's evolved,
and
right? Yeah, like that was, when we created a schedule and you're trying to fill in all the time slots to make sure that his time is maximized, our time is maximized. What we learned in the spring was, well, the more days he goes without getting on the other side of the ball, at least in a meeting or a walkthrough, not good.
Yeah.
We can't do that. We've got to make sure that every single day he has a touch point with both sides of the ball to keep him going on the right track of the installs. That was a learning moment for us in the spring, where, man, training camp, we tweaked it. We altered it and made sure that every single day he's getting coached by both sides of the ball, and it's helped. You can definitely see it's helped.
This rookie just sat here before you and said it's not hard at all.
Yeah.
Like, decisively almost cut me off to get to that. I said, how hard is it? It's not hard at all. Can you co-sign that?
I mean, I think there's probably been, more challenges in terms of learning an offensive system, right?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, he took great jump from the spring to now in terms of alignment, assignment. The work, I think, that he's put in on his own, I think, has probably been more than we get to see. Football makes sense to him. Like, you kind of say that's a football player. That's what he is. And his conditioning is something that is pretty impressive. Like, he's obviously been in altitude for a few years training.
Oh, fair.
Which definitely, I think, can help him. But, our strength coach this summer at the end of June texted me and just said, like, you were right, he doesn't fatigue much. right? It takes a lot to fatigue him. So, we'll see how that looks with how many snaps he can play.
People can't understand it.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think people are more curious or saying it's impossible or whatever. Right. He really takes that. I just learned that right now. It's like a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
He sees it not as they don't understand or like let me show them like what which is sort of how I would maybe receive it, or at least as an outsider. But he's seeing like you think you're talking down on me is what he said. But like let's use that, right, Coach? Have that chip on your shoulder.
Absolutely.
You human smelling salt, you right? That's
unfortunately,
exactly what he is.
Yeah, that's just the way. Like if you're gonna just run a guy on go balls if he's on defense, like that's not realistic.
Got it.
Like you're not going to change your system to make one guy tired. Although I think it's funny.
How much is Trevor Lawrence like bringing you Waffle House every morning and saying I need him more on offense?
Well, yeah,
the defense. What's the campaigning game?
The
for
coaches
him?
Probably argued a little bit more.
I figured.
Early on, just especially getting them into the systems. You want them as much as you can have them. But I think our staff, our coaches, our athletic trainers, our strength, sports science, media, everybody's been hands-on and have done a great job so far.
I saw that your dad said that you started drawing up plays on a chalkboard at age 4. Have any of those plays made it into this playbook?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we ran one yesterday. So it was wing T, right? He ran the wing T, and it was, all kind of goes back to misdirection. Gap schemes and misdirection, and that was all what it was about. And a lot of the things actually we did last year in Tampa with 2 running backs at the same time with Bucky and Rashad, a lot of that kind of stemmed from the wing tee and using some of the buck sweep. That's just pin and pull. We all run trap. Belly, we all run the same plays, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You've lost me. Belly, trap. Yeah, got it. Trevor Lawrence, I've heard you speak so glowingly. You're so open about how you feel about him and the leaps that he's taken. What's one specific area that you're super proud that you have seen him take a leap in?
Yeah, I think his ownership of how much football and how much offense is probably being thrown at him. He's come out and said, this is a lot more on my plate than what I've maybe had in the past. Not to say we're trying to make it hard, right? It's not like longer play calls are cool. It's more just, okay, how much information are we giving you pre-snap for you to go and get us in the best play possible? That puts a lot on the quarterback. And his ownership of that, with no wristband, to just go out there and be able to operate this system at a high level so far, I think that's probably what I'm most proud of about him is his ownership of what we're trying to get done on offense.
You guys have to build chemistry in a hurry.
Yeah.
It's a preseason game. Like your new Travis connection needs to be sort of cemented. I hear from all sorts of different quarterbacks. Drake's taking his guys jet skiing and whatever. Is anything happen, like a bonding experience? What are you guys doing for fun?
They actually went to the Bahamas this summer.
Cool.
Trevor took really all of our skill players to the Bahamas. He paid for it all. He took care of it, where they went for, I think, a long weekend and worked out every day, got some throwing sessions in, and then also hung out as guys, just got away a little bit, got together. I thought that was a great moment for him to be able to go do that with those guys and get to know him, right? Because he's had a little bit more consistency at these skill positions with Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram being here for a while. He's got to get to know these guys on a personal level to serve before he can go lead them. And I think he's done a nice job of that.
Did you text them or did you leave them alone? Were you like, actually, we need to run that 4-year-old playbook thing, that jump trap, whatever you were just saying? Were you saying do this in the sand? What was your role in that? Really?
Let him go, man. Let him go. He's done it before, right? He's done it with other groups that he's had. He has a routine. He had it all set up, and I was happy that he was able to go do it.
I heard you tell our good friend Rich Eisen, Brian Thomas Jr., who we love, fantasy stud du jour, his ability to get out in and out of breaks reminds you of Cooper Kupp, who you, of course, were close to. And we saw, Kevin O'Connell, of course, did his thing, taking a lot of those Kupp concepts and doing him with our guy JJ out in Minnesota. Are we going to see, what are the chances we see some of that out of BTJ?
Yeah, I think there's probably some similarities between all 3 of the systems in general, but what BT allows you to do is win at all 3 levels of the defense, because he can run by you.
Yeah.
He can also run some of the decision routes underneath, the choices and options. You can throw him a screen, and he can go be creative with the ball in his hands. That's what you talk about, winning at all three levels, and that's what Justin Jefferson can do against anybody. And BT has the talent, man. And the one thing that we've continued to stress to him is now you're not going to surprise anybody. Like, everybody knows who you are.
Fair.
You're going to probably see some doubles and some different coverages that maybe you saw last year. That's why practice every day is got to be super intentional to take your game to the next level. And he showed some cool glimpses of it in our scrimmage the other night. He had like 6 for 110 and 2 touchdowns. So it was cool to watch him.
I can't wait to see what he does against the Steelers. I know you're playing everybody and getting the chemistry going. I'm of course loving that. Who's the most jealous of all that group of guys? You, Kevin, all those guys. Sean, who do you think's the most jealous of the Travis Hunter thing? Who's the most like, you got him? There has to be one.
All
of them?
Think, yeah, I mean, they've all had so many good play. Like, obviously, JJ is I have a lot of respect for him, and Puka over in LA, and he got Devontae now. So I think they have their weapons. I don't know if they can be too jealous, but I'm sure, just like anybody, I mean, it's always nice when the guy that you go up and get is one of your hardest workers that is in here. He does extra. He meets with as many people as he possibly can. And there's humility there.
Really?
So
Yeah.
that's been exciting.
I know you're focused on preseason, but you've got week 7 in London, as you're seeing here.
Yep.
You on one sideline, McVay on the other sideline. What comes to mind? Let's visualize that.
Yeah, that's an honor, honestly. I mean, I just read a stat the other day that he's got like one of the most playoff wins since 2017, and he's one of the longest tenured head coaches in the National Football League, and he was hired at 30. So to be a part of that journey for him and to learn so much from Sean, as I did for 4 years working for him, it'll be an honor to line up against them. And, it'll be fun to compete against the guy that has helped mold you and shape so many of your ideas and your culture and the way that you operate as a head coach. That'll be a fun moment.
It's very sweet, but I wish you would talk a little more trash
I can't.
on that. But we'll get there.
I
We'll
can't.
get there. Last one for you. I just came to my mind. I heard about Travis Hunter's rookie performance, singing. Are we making Coach do that?
No. You
Oh, no.
don't
You
want
don't have
hear.
to sing Coach doesn't have to sing a rookie song in front of the entire team?
You don't want to hear that.
We've heard a little Duval, so I feel like we've got if you had to sing one song in front of your team, which one? What would it be?
Oh my gosh.
I love that. That's the tough question I ask. I'm like, how do you use this
Remember the
unprecedented
Titans.
machine of
What is it? Remember the Titans. Ain't no mountain high. What was
Ain't
that
no
one?
rally
That
low.
one. I go there.
There's a lot of range there.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pull it off.
I
but
think this team should hold you a little bit more accountable. No, Coach, I appreciate it so
Thank
much.
you.
Congratulations on just what's ahead and bringing this honestly hungry, loyal fan base some hope for this year.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Here with the number 2 overall pick, dancing on the stage in Green Bay, to being here in Jacksonville, the unicorn. I just like to know how to say it. Is it Travis Hunter, comma unicorn? Is it the unicorn? Travis Unicorn Hunter? Let me get it right.
The unicorn.
The unicorn?
Yeah.
Okay, TM, trademark that, everybody. We're here at camp. You're smiley. Travon Walker was just here, but in the background, I saw you getting in extra work with Trevor Lawrence and the offense. Can you tell me and take me into that a little bit, what you guys are doing?
Just timing, a lot of timing things, just getting ready for the first preseason game and, just making sure our connection is what we want to display on game day.
And we have preseason coming up, and we just heard Coach Coen say that everybody's playing. You're playing both ways. What does an ideal first drive look like for you?
Go out there and play.
Does anything?
Yeah, just go out there and do my job.
Travis, there's like this lack of maybe like understanding or like belief, or just people maybe think like everything is so hard. Is this hard for you now that you're here? You've been here 3 weeks. How hard is what you're doing out there?
It's not hard at all, if I'm being honest. I have the first off day that we had, and I came back and did both sides. That's the only thing that got to me. But after that, I've been good.
You're like a human smelling salt or something. I hear. You just have you gotten tired at all?
Nah. Like I said, like after the first off day, I got a little tired. I didn't do what I needed to do during that off day, but I bounced back the next day, so I was good.
I don't know that people know what to do with that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your reaction to hearing? I mean, obviously, media is going to media, but other players saying like it's so hard. There's having to tackle, having to obviously the playbook and all of that, the speed of the game. Is any part challenging? Is there one part that like you're focusing on more than others?
Just the playbook. You gotta understand the playbook. Me coming from college, we just had a lot of hand signals and we understood what we had to do. But just the playbook. But I'm well in my playbook. I'm understanding a lot more things that I didn't understand before. The process. So I understand what I got to do. And for the people that say I can't do it or it's just hard, it's just hard on your body, I just let them talk and I just go out there and continue to be myself.
And it's not hard, is what I just heard, and I think it's unbelievable, and I cannot wait to see it. How excited are you to get out there in the preseason? If you visualize
I'm super excited. I just want to go out there and just display my talent and do what I've always been doing. Let's just be Travis.
So are you finding it harder to catch fish here in Jacksonville so far, or catch balls out there?
Neither is harder. I just gotta just lock in and be focused. I haven't really did any fishing because I've been so locked in and just focused on my craft and understand what I have to do.
I don't mean this is a negative question, but is there something, whether it's as a human being or as a player, that you don't think you're great at? Like, is there something that I heard you had to sing, right? Did you have to sing?
I had to sing.
How did that go?
I copped out for a couple of days, and then they got to me and told me I had to do it, so I did it. But it was good. It was on a Sunday, so I had a gospel song, so I was good.
Who would you say is your best friend on the team so far?
All of the guys. I talk to all of them. I don't have no specific best friend. I'm cool with all of them. I just wanted to continue to be a brotherhood.
If you watched Trevor Lawrence, watch tape of him last year when you knew you were going to be drafted there, and then after, until you finally got on the field with him, what's one thing that you didn't sort of get to see or that you can't see on film that you've learned about him?
Trevor is a fun guy. He's jolly. He pushes a guy. He's a great leader. So that's one thing that a lot of people probably misunderstand about him, but he's a great leader. He knows how to control the offense, and he understands what the coaches want from him.
I heard you and Travon Walker are like bonding over a love of fishing, obviously, a love of ball. What has he meant to you so far?
Just like a big brother. All of them guys are like a big brother to me. They taking me in and they pushing me as far as I can be pushed and making sure I'm doing what I have to do to be right.
I feel like they're fighting over you. This is the end. I'm anticipating at least some drama going on because I know Trevor's saying that he's campaigning for you to be more on offense. And then I'm sure Travon and company, all your best friends and big brothers, they want you on defense. Who's winning?
I won't say nobody's winning. I just gotta continue to do my job and continue to work for both sides of the ball to go out there and do what I have to do.
How long have you been staying at the facility every day? Are you staying after every day? Ish?
It ain't really no after for us.
What do you mean by that? I heard you doing extra work.
Yeah,
secondary, extra on defense.
Yeah, I still have to do extra stuff. But it's just like I split my time up equally, so I get to spend most of my time on both sides of the ball. So.
How much will we see you against the Steelers?
I don't know. Coach haven't told us anything. He just let us all know, like y'all heard, that we all are playing. So hopefully I get to go out there and just do my thing.
What do you wish that we would focus on more when it comes to Travis Hunter, in all the talk and all the waiting for a death chart to drop out? Like I'm sure you don't love seeing that, or you get bored of it. I'm sure.
I really don't care what people say, so I mean, just a lot of people just gossiping about me, so I really don't care. I just let them do the talking. That's their job. I'm not gonna stop anybody from earning their money. So
I don't think it's like gossiping. I think it's like fascination. Like you have to understand, like you're something we've never seen before, right? Like you're changing the game. So it's just, I think, excitement, right?
I mean, it can't be excitement when you're talking down on somebody. I think the world is a better place when we are uplifting each other. So if you're telling somebody what they can't do just because you didn't do it, it's not right. So I don't connect myself to none of those people. I just let them do what they do.
Is the talking down meaning people just don't believe you can do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that, personal life. And there's a lot of people just try to take shots at me and see what I would do. But I'm just going to be me, just be the happy kid that I've always been.
And that's right. I just figured maybe there would be a change from when I saw you at the draft to now, as far as like, man, now I'm in the NFL. Like, are you going to be the first player in NFL history that does not have that welcome to the NFL moment? I don't know. Like, when is that going to happen? Not yet.
Nah, not yet.
Love to hear that. There's somebody you want to talk up on in this camp? Like, who's stuck out to you that you're like, man, he deserves some love?
I mean, pretty much all the guys. Trevor's been doing his thing. Trevor's been doing his thing. Our D-line, J. Lou, our corners, our nickels, safety. Everybody been pretty much doing their thing. We just got to continue to stay consistent.
Does your social battery ever get drained when you have to, like, ham it up with both sides?
Nah,
Go to these camps, Travis, and it's like I'll ask somebody on the defense about the offense, and they're like, I don't know, I don't talk to them. Like I'm not with them. But you kind of have to dabble in all worlds. Are you? You don't have like introversion, like where you get drained from that?
nah.
That's where I get exhausted.
When it's time to be drained is when I'm going home and I'm about to go to sleep and wake up for the next day. So I pretty much keep my energy as high as I can throughout the day to make sure all the guys know I'm here, I'm locked in, I'm ready to roll, and try to be best for my team.
What's your favorite thing about your coach before we wrap?
What's my favorite thing about Coach? He gonna keep it real, and he think he's funny, but he a little corny.
He's
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing.
We love to hear it. You are. It's you. We've had, this is history. History in the making. Playing in the preseason against the Steelers. It will be must-see TV, a must-see career. Congratulations on how you're handling everything.
Yes, no, thank you.
Thank you, Travis. Number 1 overall pick, entering his 4th season. Travon Walker's here. A little bit of everything I'm seeing at this camp. It is hot here in Florida. Here's a very serious question to start. How much did mowing lawns in full winter gear in the summer help prepare you for Jags camp?
I really think it helped tremendously for the simple fact that I had on my sweat vest, so it made it a little hotter than I'm from Georgia. So obviously already hot, but getting here, like I said, it helped, but then again, it didn't help. Because once you get, it's different once you get in it.
What do you remember about that? You kind of perked up when I brought it up.
I mean, me personally, it was just days that I really didn't want to do it, but like I know I didn't like asking my parents for money. I loved Jordans back then, still to this day, so I wanted to always buy my Jordans. So I always just had to find a way to, get out there and make my own money.
Is there a pair that you kept from back then, or did you outgrow them?
The Gamma 11s. They came out, I want to say it was 2017, 2016, one of those years. I still have those. Those are probably my oldest pair.
What was the punchline of why that was happening?
I think maybe just how my dad raised me. My dad was a Marine. Obviously, he didn't want me sitting in the house playing the game all day, which I love to play the game. So, and then, like I say, it all fell on me, too, for not wanting to ask my parents for everything. Obviously, they was going to provide for me as they should as parents, but I wanted to do it on my own.
You're like all grown up. Not that you weren't last time I talked to you, but like, and I'm hearing about your leadership, even in this camp. You look a little lean.
Definitely leaner, eating cleaner, mature. While I'm just trying to shave off every little detail and within my game to try to help take me to the next level.
No mowing lawns. I thought that might be how you took the weight off.
I might get out there and weed eat a little bit, but other than sitting on the lawnmower for an hour, 2 hours, I ain't doing that.
Is this always how you look after a practice?
I'm a big heavy sweater.
You gave it your all out there
always.
today. I didn't get to watch much of today's practice because focused on what am I going to ask Travon Walker, but I did watch yesterday's, at least what I was able to see, and you're just stopping the run. You were like, this poor offense. Don't you feel bad for them just a little bit, what you did to them yesterday?
I mean, that goes to any offense, to be honest. I wouldn't want to run on my side either. But obviously, we got to stop the run. Me personally, I take pride in stopping the run, and that goes a long way. It helps me get to the pass rush. If we can't pass rush without stopping the run, so that's the main focus.
How much emphasis is that between your ears right now in stopping the run this year?
That is the main focus. Every day we go in the meeting, that's the first thing that's on the board, regardless of what edge rushes we have on the edge, what people we have rushing on the inside. It's all about stopping the run at every level. We don't want them to get to the secondary, but we got to stop it up front first.
Is that part of like the getting leaner? How does that help you?
As far as me getting lean, I just think that was a personal goal from obviously last year I was a little heavier. I was a little more bulky, but like me, I just know what I felt the best at. And like being 272, 275, that's like the perfect range for me.
Travon, congratulations on last year.
Thank you.
I haven't been able to see you. Career highs, in sacks, in forced fumbles. What are you most proud of when you look back at that last season? Even though I know you're only focused on the here and now and the preseason and what's to come, what are you most proud of?
I just say, like you say, the growth. I can see growth in every category from run. I want to say I had more tackles for loss as well. And obviously sacks, things of that nature. As long as I'm getting better consistently every year, I feel like that's all that matters to me. And if I continuously do that, then who's to tell me that I can't be a Hall of Famer one day, which is my main goal at the end of the day.
I do want to say, and I'm looking at this right now, you're coming off back-to-back double-digit sack seasons. Only one guy's done that before. We know who, Calais Campbell, the GOAT. Double-digit sack seasons will put you in the Jags' top 5 all-time. Travon Walker, you are 24 years old. The Hall of Fame is within grasp. And I got to say, you are looking and you are delivering on everything that you would expect out of a number 1 overall pick.
I
Wouldn't
appreciate
you
that.
say?
I appreciate that. I would say so, but I mean, a lot of people get into my first year, which obviously I can take accountability for that. Obviously, you want to see a lot more than 3.5 sacks. Other than that, but as long as you come out and continuously get better, that's the main goal.
Do you know how annoying it is from my seat to watch that first season happen, and then that just is like a sticker that sticks on you that is impossible to get off or something? It feels like,
It's gonna stick. It's always gonna stick around.
I think it's annoying when first overall picks deliver, and then it's like nobody talks about it because you're the first number 1 pick.
It's okay.
Like being number 1 overall
promise you
doesn't
it's
feel
okay.
like as exciting as it might be. I really thought you were going to say your proudest moment was the scoop and score. You scored your first NFL touchdown.
If we would have won that game, that would have probably been the most exciting
What
game.
a leader you are.
Hey, that's why I play the game. I play the game to win and dominate other people.
Can I tell you that when I see you, like when I saw you today, I thought of Saquon Barkley, and I thought about that and what you looked like as a running back, which you were familiar with. You played running back.
This of everything.
I got to say, on this depth
That's
chart.
a good compliment.
Listen,
I appreciate that.
On this depth chart, I'm seeing a lot of like this or that, this or that. How do you feel about, defensive end or RB?
Whatever it takes to win games. Once we start get to winning games, I'll do whatever they need me to do just to win games.
What would you look like back there? Would you be
Me?
excited about it? Do you politic for it?
Hey, let's do it. Put me back there. Let's get it.
I love it. You guys are stopping the run. You guys look amazing. That scoop and score was absolutely incredible. Mass kicks ass was sort of the motto. Has that changed now? Are we getting like small and faster?
I wouldn't say small and faster because
Okay.
I'm still a heavier guy. I'm just a lot more leaner. Like I eat a lot cleaner, so I'm trimming off a lot of the fat.
What
So
about
as
the
far
whole
as the
defense,
mass,
though? Is the whole defense kind of,
Me personally, I think the defense is looking great from interior to edge to on the back end. It's just like the work that we put in the offseason OTAs. I feel like we had a lot of good compete periods, even in the weight room. We're just pushing guys to be the best that they can be, and I felt like that helped everybody get to a point where transforming their body to how they wanted it to look to match with whatever the goal weight was. I feel like it all tied in together, so I feel like that's gonna be pretty good on the field.
I'm really excited to meet your coach,
Which one?
Liam,
Liam, great guy.
your head coach.
Great guy.
What else do I need to know? I know he's a great guy. I know he's pretty vulnerable, open. He's an open
Yeah,
book,
most
it
definitely.
seems like.
He's one of those coaches that, he's an offensive-minded coach, but you still see him coming into the defensive meeting. That's something that I'm used to coming from Georgia. Obviously, I had Kirby, but Liam, he does a great job of interacting with the defense, knowing what the things that we're supposed to be doing or what we are doing on the defensive side of the ball, which helps kind of make communication a lot easier amongst player to coach, which a lot of times you get to the NFL, a lot of guys don't like being upstairs talking to the coaches, but Liam, he's one of those guys. He's always open to talk to you. It don't even have to be about football. He's one of those guys you can go to talk to about anything. But when it comes to the football aspect, I feel like he's real dialed in on both sides, even special teams as well. And he puts a lot into it, just like we do. So, yeah, great guy overall.
What's he trying to get out of you off the field? What's he trying to get out of you? Be more
Off of the
vocal
field or
leader?
on the field? On the
You're a
field.
young player still, but I feel like the way you
Off-
carry yourself and the things that
Yeah.
I've heard about you, you're a leader right now.
Most definitely. That's something that they're definitely trying to pull out of me being that leader. I wouldn't say they want me to be more vocal because they know the type of person that I am. Like, I'm going to talk to guys regardless of, I don't have to rah, give speeches. I'm not that type of guy. It's just go out there, lead by example, do what you do, but also you can continue, like if I'm trying to improve as a person, then obviously maybe I could try to be a little bit more vocal as well.
What's the goal for this year?
Be better than last year. Be better
I'm
than
trying to
yesterday.
think what motivates Travon Walker, right? You
My
want wins,
family.
I understand that. Double-digit sack season, you've done that. I'm trying to think what.
I love the game of football. That's the number one factor. Like, if the day that I stop loving the game of football, I'm pretty sure that'll be the day that I say I'll hang the cleats up. But like, I genuinely just love the game of football. And then I have two younger nieces who've grown up with me, and that really just makes my mindset
motivate you?
a lot different. Everything else, really, I care about the money. I'm not motivated by money. I'm not motivated by materialistic things. I'm just a country guy doing it for my people and doing it for what I love to do.
Fifth-year option picked up by this team. How good did that feel to not have to deal with any of the business stuff right now when you have these big goals?
It felt great. Obviously, knowing that I'm wanted here, I feel like that goes to take a toll on that being that leadership role. Obviously, me going into my fourth year on the rise to be the great player that I can be, it just made me feel like I was wanted, and it really meant a lot to me.
And I love that for you. And, of course, then we have to get the contract done. And I don't know, there's sort of this line in the sand being drawn of like teams that get it done early versus teams that get it done later, as we're seeing in the league right now.
Yeah.
I don't know the Gladstone experience. Have you guys started talking about that contract?
I mean, I tend to not even worry about that. I let my agent handle that. I'm just a guy, go out here, make plays on the field. Once I make these plays on the field, everything else go take care of itself. Regardless, I get paid early, get paid later. It's a payday.
I know you love Micah because you play
Great
defense.
guy.
You're seeing what's going on with him.
Great player.
What does that feel like to be somebody who plays in the elite tier of what you guys do and sort of see this going back and forth? What is it? What kind of, is it like disrespect you feel? Like what is it?
I mean,
I know you're
personally,
paying attention to it.
Yeah, most definitely. It's all over the media. But me, like I say, I'm the type of person I would like to see things like that, not as media driven is how it is. I think Michael, he's doing a real great job of staying out the media with it. Just let your game film talks for itself. So I feel like he's obviously put out great film to prove whatever his point is on his contract that he's trying to make. And I mean, some things just not always to be in the media, to be honest.
What has been your first wow moment from Travis Hunter?
First wow moment, I want to say it was like one of his first days on defense. He caught an interception. I want to say in that back corner on this field right here. He tipped the ball, looking in the air at the ball. And he tipped it, and then he caught his own pick. It was he's just a unicorn. He's freakish athlete. His body turning in the air, like he's just freakish. Like if I was that small, I would like to think of myself as I would like to think of him as me if he was a bigger guy. But yeah, he's a great athlete, man. He can do some of everything. And he's going to be great for the team.
And I've heard that to wrap this up here, that you sort of taken a role in bonding with him over a love of football. Can you just quickly tell me what that looks like? Are you guys watching, you're going down like a Fred Taylor YouTube wormhole? Like, what does that look like?
We hadn't got to that point of like watching things like that, but just as far as like conversation, picking up, like trying to understand him as a person genuinely first. Outside of the field, obviously we got a connection on the field, but just trying to get to know him on the outside of the field, we have a lot of interest. He loves fishing, obviously, as he broadcast that, and he just genuinely loves football. Like we had the little Ricky talent show or whatever. He was kind of like me when I first went up there. I was like, I'm not singing at my Ricky talent show. So when he got up there, it kind of reminded me of myself. He got up there and was like, man, I don't even listen to music like that. So I'm like, this guy right here, man, he's probably dead serious, but it just put me back in mind of myself, and we have a lot of things in common just as far as our focus. He's young, I'm just a little older than him. We just all focus on the main thing right now, and that's being a great ball player.
You guys are lucky to have each other. We love it. Let's get that extension signed for our guy, Travon Walker. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.